want to start out with that?
Oh, sure. So big win tonight. Roman Ahcan came out, stepped up again. I know we talked about him last week, but I mean, at what point what does he need to do to like get that contract here?
Well, I don't sign the contracts,
right?
But he's doing everything, as far as I'm concerned, to deserve one. And there's a whole business side of hockey that I don't get involved with. But as far as his play on the ice and what he's doing, obviously he deserves it. And it's not just the goals. He's doing what he does. He's getting rewarded with goals. But I've got him out there on the 5-on-6. He kills penalties. Yeah. Goes against their best players as well. He plays the right way, plays hard, and he's getting rewarded for it. So happy for him, but I'm not the GM.
Yeah. Now, one of the coolest things about him is he follows that puck all the way down. He shot it and he follows it. He's there either for a rebound or until it hits the back of the net. Do you like look at the other players and are like, do that?
For sure. I think today his first shift. He had 2 big hits. He was ready to play when some of our guys dipped their toes in, coming off of a back-to-back, right? And he does. He only has one gear. He knows one way. It's the hard way, and that's why he's made a career for himself at what people would say is an undersized player who plays a hard game. Does it the right way. Plays hard, and that's why we love him. So definitely an example for other people because he does it every night.
How about
Sawchenko?
Sawchenko's performance. I got it finally.
Oh, outstanding.
How about his performance?
Outstanding. We had lull there in the second period. He kept us in it with some huge ones. Obviously the penalty kill. The goalie's your best penalty killer. He killed some big ones for us. Steady, great teammate. So happy for him, and he's earned the trust of the group, which is the most important. So we're excited to have him. Got a good tandem back there.
And the defense played really well too today.
Yeah, I think so. I think defensemen defended really well. We got in trouble in the second period, not just defensemen, but forwards as well, just doing a little bit too much. Game management issues and some puck management issues are things that we can continue to work through. But as far as defending, I thought our group back there defended hard all night, all weekend.
Yeah. Now, there were multiple times we saw them get in the net when, like, Zach was out of place or something. How important is it for that chemistry between the defense and the goaltenders, for the goaltender to know that the D is just going to slot into his position if he's out?
Get into the net. Sorry, do you mind?
Yeah. Oh, there were times when Zach was out of place and he was outside the crease, and 2 of them would slot right in.
Yeah.
And they would just create a wall.
Yeah. Well, that's just a level of desperation you got to have in those moments, maybe when the goaltender's getting desperate himself to make a save, and defensemen or whoever it is, but mostly defensemen get back there and maybe help bail him out here and there. That's what you're expected to do as a D-man. Is goalie bails us out all the time, so certainly you've got to be willing to block shots down there when he needs it.
And then lastly, these 2 teams this weekend, record-wise, definitely our toughest opponents yet, but our first 4-point weekend on the season. Do you think going up against that stronger competition really brought out the best in the guys?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. I think we knew we had to be good. Our previous 2 games were very, very poor, even though we got a point out of one of them. So less result-based, less opponent-based at this point in the season, just trying to do things the right way and focus on who we are, our process as we go about things day by day. And I thought from that regard, it was really good. And it's great to get the results as you're building. And yeah, I think obviously we knew we had to be sharp. Just a team who hadn't had a regulation loss and a team with a record like GR. So for the most part, I thought we answered the bell and responded after a long week of hard practice the right way.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. So tonight, you had the defense, like, they showed up for you, that's for sure. Like, you would be out of place or like out of the crease, and they would just slot right into the net, create a wall. As a goaltender, what does it mean to you to know that the defense is going to be there when you aren't there?
Well, like you said, I do have to stop the pucks when there's a wall in front of me. It's pretty hard to score, right?
Yeah.
So they did a great job. A lot of guys had really big blocks tonight. Matejchuk had a few really big ones. Cowboy had a couple really good ones. And like I said, it was just it was a hard game. Didn't get a lot of rubber, but at the same time, my job was pretty straightforward just because I was seeing pucks and I was able to just make the save I had to.
Yeah, would you prefer like a high shooting game, or was this fine?
This is fine. I actually don't mind the high shooting ones, and honestly, in a building like this, when it gets really hot, the low scoring ones and low shot ones are even a little nicer. So,
Yeah.
but like I said, a win's a win, and they'll take whatever you can get.
Yeah. Now you're a new guy on the team, but I'm not in the locker room, but it feels like there's a lot of chemistry between you and the guys. Were they just like super accepting when you walked in?
Yeah, I mean, they've got a great group here, right? So I've been around, I think it's my 4th organization now, and this is as tight-knit group as you can imagine, right? So, like you said, you don't make the conference finals without being a tight-knit group, and a lot of those guys are in there returning. So it's nice to be welcomed and kind of just fit in where I can and try and do my job, help the team win.
How's your relationship with Jet been so far?
He's awesome, man. So, like I said, what he does on the ice is one thing, but off the ice, he's a great dude, too. So, me and him get along great. We push each other hard, and at the same time, we have no problem just kind of running things off each other. So our goalie guy here, Thies, is great too. So like I said, just the culture is one thing in the room, but just the staff and kind of the goalie relationship is next to none too. So like I said, we've got a pretty unique situation, but it's great to come into that situation.
And then, Grand Rapids, very good team when it comes to offense. Only seeing 17 shots tonight. What did you see differently in front of you from other matchups?
Yeah, like I said before, I think the biggest thing was just eating pucks, right? Like for those that don't know, it means blocking shots for the average fan, right? So it's huge when you get guys that buy in like that and make my job easier, right? It might not count as a shot on net, but at the same time, puck's going towards the net, and if I don't get credit for a save and one of my D-men's, steps in front of one, that makes my job easier, right? So it's like you said, Grand Rapids is a good team. They've been out to a hot start. It's nice to knock off a team like that tonight, and then obviously Trent yesterday.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So one of the coolest things about your game is you follow that puck all the way to the net. Like you might shoot it before the net and you race towards it. Why do you feel like that's important to integrate into your game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a part of every line. There's somebody that's on the line that's going to go get the puck, and I feel like that's my job, and I think our whole line does the same thing well, and that's why we're feeding off each other well.
Yeah. So 2 goals tonight. I mean, that's pretty great against a team like Grand Rapids, where their defense has been standing up pretty well. For you, what does it feel like to be able to produce like that against a team like that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting some bounces right now, and they're finding the back of the net, and you just got to play the game the right way, and sometimes the puck finds your stick in the right spot, and it ends up in the net.
Yeah.
How close were you to getting that hat trick tonight? I know you probably wanted it really bad.
I mean, I had a few chances to finish it, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Talk about playing a back-to-back. How hard is that for a hockey player? Like, what kind of things do you have to go through to recover?
I mean, there's 72 games in a year. Like, you're gonna have to find a way. Some nights you're not gonna feel your best, and you got to find a way to pull through and give it your best effort. So.
Now that empty net goal of Owen Sillinger's, you could have probably hung on to that puck and tried to go for the Hattie, but you didn't. Why didn't you?
I looked up and I saw Gams calling for it 2-on-1, so I made the best play at the time.
Yeah.
What does it mean for you to play for the Cleveland Monsters?
Yeah, I love it. It's been the only spot I've been in the American League, and obviously the fans are great here. The city's great, and it's a great group of guys right now. So it's been a blast.
It's good.
Thank you.